that this particular customer requirement has, and this link, like say this is the Requisite Pro requirement, so I can see the Requisite Pro requirement from within the Visual Studio environment. I can see the test cases that is coming from the Quality Center, okay, and there is also an implicit link between the project in which the requirement was submitted, okay. So as a developer, I can see all the artifacts coming from different tools in the context of this particular requirement. So I have better knowledge, and I can basically have informed decisions, creating the code and things like that, okay. So now, if you are just Visual Studio user not using TFS, then this Omnibus Explorer you can use to see the artifacts coming from different tools. But if you are using TFS, we also have integration with TFS. So let's say if I now go to the Team Explorer, and if I now open up my requirements, see, both the requirement shows here. The advanced search for products, this is from the portal site, the customer request, and this is the Requisite Pro requirement. And I can see the details of it and things like that, okay? All the details. Okay, and if I now open up the test cases, you get to see the test case, the top one is coming from the Quality Center. So if I'm using TFS, also I can see all these items as TFS work items, even though the source of these artifacts are different tools, okay? Now, what I would like to do is I would like to create a code file to implement this particular requirement. So let's say this is my project, Cover HLD. Okay, so now let's copy this product code and create it here, and then let's rename it. Give it a name. So search product.
Atanu, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. We can hear you speaking, so I thought.
Yes. So now let's basically change the class name. Product, and give it a one and save it. And then you can see from here directly I'm getting a context menu Omnibus, and I can add this method, this detail level method, to the Omnibus, which can subsequently be linked to any requirement, any test case, any design element, stuff like that. Okay, so let's add to Omnibus, and if we go to select the project, which project it would be linked, and this is done. If I now go to our Omnibus Explorer, and if you double click on the VSTS method, you will see that this is So see here, this is the search product, method 1 and things like that. And if I open up this detail for this method, I can see the details of this method, and you can see how is it linked. So automatically the link with the class file and the method file is also there. So any other developer seeing it from Visual Studio, they would be immediately be able to see this method, and I can link it to different other artifacts like a requirement test case and things like that. Okay. So now what I want to do now is to check in this file. So if I now right click and check into what? TFS. So yes, and I can select the work item as our, let's say, the customer requirement. This is the customer requirement from the portal site. You can see advanced search for products. Okay. And if I say want to put some code review done, okay, security review done, okay, and also performance review. Okay, so and we have the work item selected here. So I'm checking in this particular file because I have been created this code file to implement this particular customer requirement. So let me check this file in. Okay, so as a developer, what is the advantage Dave is getting here? So first of all, Dave gets to see all the artifacts coming from different tools. So quality is better because Dave can now make informed decision as he has access to all the artifacts linked to this particular requirement. Also, his productivity is increased as he can save a lot of time which was wasted to find out the code files which are worked on when you are fixing a particular bug or feature. So let's say this particular feature, if another developer comes in 4 months later to do some enhancement for this particular feature, how would he find out that what was the code written to implement the original requirement? Now, since from within the Visual Studio environment, all this traceability between the code file and the requirement is getting captured. So if I come back after 4 months to do some enhancements on that particular feature, I can easily find out that what was the code written and then go implement the new enhancement. Okay. So now we will show, get to Perforce. So as you have seen that from the Visual Studio TFS, we can kind of create a code file and check it into TFS. We would like to show that with Perforce also, if somebody is using Perforce as a configuration management tool. And configuration and the Perforce as a concept of job. So this is the Perforce interface. So let's say if I go to now jobs and search by so see, so this is the requirement that has been replicated in Perforce automatically through Cohere Omnibus infrastructure as a job to work on by the developer. So you get to see the job here. Now what I can do is I can create a change list here. So let's say I have done some coding here